Welcome to the 7th episode of Wings and Wine. My name is Derek Tibbs. On social media sites, you can find me at City Needs Me. Today, we are going to do a Wings and Wine review, but we will go into different topics as well today because I did want to switch it up and make this a little bit more entertaining because I'm not a wine expert. I'm not a sommelier, but I do have a good taste for wine, and people do often ask me for recommendations on wine. So I do feel like I do know some things, but I'm not an expert yet. But I do want to go ahead and get back into the communication point of Wings and Wine where we actually talk about different topics so you can give me your feedback and tell me how you feel about different things. Also today, we are going to actually see me eat the wings on the show because people did say that I don't eat the wings on the show and how I'm actually reviewing them if I'm actually not eating them on the show. And I eat them, obviously I eat them outside of the show. And recently I was just showing up close videos of them so you can actually see what the wings look like. But it would be good for you to actually see, as the viewer, me consuming the products that I'm actually reviewing. So let's go ahead and get this episode started. So the wings that I had today are from Shenanigans. It's a restaurant in the North Hills section of Pittsburgh. It's on Babcock Boulevard. I have been there before and I have had their wings and they're really good. Today, I got the Black Magic Dry Rub from there. And also, I got the ranch dipping sauce. That's something I want to talk about because there's a big issue between ranch and blue cheese. I never had blue cheese until recently because it just sounded nasty. And when I had it, it is nasty. I don't like it. Nasty, it wasn't classy. It was not Birkin bagging at all. I wasn't feeling it. It just didn't have the right taste for me. So I'm a ranch person. I'll get honey mustard sometimes, but I'm not going back to the blue cheese. It just was not my thing. But to each his own. You know, if you like blue cheese with your wings, that's up to you. You know, I'm a drum person too. I don't always do flats. So, you know, that's also a thing where people prefer flats over drums. People think I'm crazy because of that, but I like the drums better. But anyway, I got the Black Magic Dry Rub from Shenanigans today. You will see me eating the wings today. I said before that people were complaining about it, but you will see me eating the wings today. You will see me trying out the wine, which the wine I got is Trapiche, and this is a Malbec, so it's made of the purple grape variety. It is a dry red wine, and of course, if you've seen the previous episodes, I am a dry red wine drinker at preference. Now I can drink other wines and I will, but again today I did go with the dry red wine. This was actually a gift from someone for my birthday, so I just wanted to open it up and, you know, see what it tasted like. So we'll go ahead and start with the wine review first, and then I'll go ahead and, you know, eat the wings, and then we can get into different topics. It's good. It's good. I'll give it a 5 out of 10. It's not something that I would jump to go buy, but it is something that is good if you want to just have like a chill evening by yourself. Wouldn't recommend you just share it with somebody else. But if you want to have a chill evening by yourself and just have something to drink for the evening or for dinner or something of that nature, then this would be something that's good. I do like the dry red wines, people know, but this one isn't the best one that I've had, but it is something that's cool. It's an Argentinian wine. This is a 2019 Malbec. Again, that's more so if you're making it out of the purple grape variety. So it is decent. Yeah, it is decent. Now we'll go ahead and get to the wings. Again, these are Shenanigan wings, Black Magic Dry Rub. I am going to use the ranch dipping sauce though, because that's what I prefer, you know. As Tabitha Brown would say, that's my business, you know, whatever. It's good. These are really fire, I'm telling you. If you live in Pittsburgh or, you know, any of the like neighboring areas, you should definitely go to Shenanigans and get wings. It's the Black Magic dry rub, but even their sauce wings are good. I've had a couple times I went there before and I got other flavors. But this Black Magic dry rub is really, really good. I would go ahead and give it an 8 out of 10. And excuse me, I know I was told as a child not to talk my mouth full, but y'all asked me to eat the food, and if it's just good, I'm going to tell you it's good. And I probably don't chew with my mouth open typically, but I'm trying to talk and record at the same time. But this Black Magic dry rub is not real spicy, and I'm not a big person on really spicy anything. I like a little bit of spice, just enough so I can catch the flavor, and it can add something different to it than I wouldn't get from just a regular wing. But this is really good. Now they have a bunch of flavors there, so if you wanted something that's a little bit spicier, you can definitely look into that and just ask them, what other people would recommend, or the different spice levels there. But this is definitely a good 8 out of 10 as far as the wings that I would get from there. They're like the wing ding type of size. They're not the full big wing that you may get at different locations. Like I had recently at like the Spot on episode 1 of Wings and Wine. Those are like a full wing, but this is a wing ding. So I got 10 today, and it was about $12 to $13 after tax or something like that. So it wasn't really a bad price on that either. And they do give you the option of ranch or blue cheese. So if you're a blue cheese eater, then go ahead and get your blue cheese and take away from the flavor of the wing. But that's up to you, whatever you want to do. But yeah, 8 out of 10 on the wings, 5 out of 10 on the wine. I'm going to continue to do the weekly episodes going forward. Last week, I know I didn't drop the episode that I wanted to do because I wanted to take a step back. I wanted to improve the lighting. I wanted to get some different things in order to make sure that I'm doing the show that I want to give to you, and not necessarily the show that I thought people may want it with just the review. I also said that I did have a guest coming on soon, and that guest is still coming on. We couldn't record the episode last week or over the weekend because they went out of town, and now I'm going out of town this upcoming week, so we're just trying to get our schedules in order and in line. And then I do have a series of episodes with interviews that I'm looking to do that should be very intriguing and very informative as well. So the topic I wanted to get into today was dating levels. So in this time of not rushing into marriages and not rushing into relationships, we're doing a lot of dating. We're not doing full commitments in a lot of situations. I know there's people that are married. I know there's people that are engaged. I know there's people in committed relationships. But there are so many single people out there. So when there's people saying that, oh, I'll never find the person that's for me. There's so many people out there, you have no idea when you're going to find the right person. So don't give up. But I want to talk about the different levels of dating, because every time you're in a situation or what you think is a relationship, it's not necessarily that. So what we'll do is we'll start talking about the different levels. So the first level I would say is talking. And that's basically, so let's get right into the levels of dating. The first level is friends. That's when you just get that person's number and you all just start texting, talking a little bit on the phone maybe. You may go out on a date or two. You guys are just friends. You just made a new friend, somebody you just hung out with. That person really could just be somebody that's networking at some point in time. You're not claiming anything on them. They're not claiming anything on you. You all are just getting to know one another. And it could blossom into something more, but it could just blossom into you all never speaking again. So you all are just friends. Don't label it as dating. Don't label it as talking. Don't label it as anything more than that. Just friends. You understand? The second level, that would be labeled as talking. So when you're talking, you've been on several dates at this point. You all are texting and talking daily. That's the point where you're actually talking. This is something that you're interested in. You're interested in him or her, and you're trying to figure out things about them. You're trying to understand things about them and trying to understand their personality, their likes, their dislikes, everything of that nature. This is the point where you're actually going ahead and talking. You could say, I talked to so-and-so, and even in brief conversation with somebody, they say, how you know that person? Like, yeah, we used to talk a little bit, whatever like that. But, some people don't even like that. So, in my opinion, I don't tell people whenever I used to talk to somebody. If I used to talk to so-and-so, then I keep that to myself, because that's our business. It's not somebody else's. So, that's something you still want to keep under wraps most of the time, because it sounds like the one person, it might sound like you're dating. But to you, you were just talking to that person. It really wasn't nothing serious. Nothing came more about it. You may have had some intimacy, but not much at all. So you all are just really talking. Level 3, that would be labeled as dating. So at the dating level, that's to the point where you all have become friends. You all started talking. You all been going out on dates for however long you all had your guidelines for, as far as how long you all talk and date and everything like that. Go on dates, And at this point, this is the point where you're like, okay, well, I can see something a little bit more here. So, level 3 is dating. This is the part where it kind of gets tricky, because this is the part where people didn't know that they weren't dating, or they thought they were dating before, but they may have just really just been talking to each other. But the dating portion is when you actually have been out on dates for a while and you all have been seeing each other a lot. It's gotten intimate. You all know each other pretty much. I mean, there's always going to be some things that you don't know about that person. Even when somebody's married, they don't know things about that person. And that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother episode. And I might have to have a marriage counselor on there to even discuss that. But you start to know things about this person, and you start to understand their wants and their desires and their goals in life, So you start to think, hey, maybe I could see something a little bit long term with this person. So I'm going to label this as dating. We're going to go ahead and really say that we're dating. We're not in a relationship yet, but we're working towards that point. You're trying to build something with this person. Now, during this phase, I mean, even though you're labeling as trying to build something with this person, the other person might still be entertaining other people, because all in all, there still isn't an actual label on it. You're not in an actual relationship. So don't think that you're in a relationship when you're actually not. Make sure that you do have that title labeled, that you had the discussion with somebody, hey, what are we doing going forward? This is the point where you're trying to figure out what you want to do with this person. So you want to tell this person, hey, I'm looking to do something a little bit more than just talking to someone. And let's really start to see what we want to do going forward. And if there is a future with us, then let's go ahead and start building towards that. Now, if they are entertaining other people, it's because you still don't have that label. So dating is still dating. I mean, you could be dating somebody else. Now, you have to make a decision on that, because you don't want any confusion or any drama. I've seen people catching two pieces because they're dating more than one person at a time, and it was more than just talking to the other person. They were actually dating, and it's like they were building two things, and unless they were trying to find some type of poly relationship, that wasn't going to work out. So this is the point where you're trying to go ahead and build something. Now, with this portion of time, this is when you really want to get to know if you like this person on a whole nother level. If you are looking to build something more than just a like, because why get into a relationship with someone if it's just a minor like? It's just basically doing it for Instagram and Facebook, and you don't really want to do that. I mean, because at the end of the day, if it doesn't work out, then it looks weird. So that's the dating level. So let's go to the next level. The next level would be the relationship. So you all are boyfriend and girlfriend, or man and woman, however you want to label it. Woman and woman, man and man, however you are labeling it. So at that point, you're committed to that person. You're building something greater than what you were in the past. You dropped everybody else. You dropped all your shorties. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not even to the point where you're even entertaining anyone else. You're only focusing on that person, and you're looking to see where this can go, if this can get to the next level. And the next level obviously would be the engagement, the marriage. But the relationship level is very critical, because this is the point where you're seeing this person on a daily basis. You're talking to this person on a daily basis. You're doing a whole bunch of communication, not with just them, but you're also dealing with their family at that point. So at that point, you're trying to decide, hey, can I stay in this situation if we're going to have to do this all the time? And maybe you start realizing that the things that you like to do really aren't the things that that other person likes to do on a regular basis. So you have to start giving and taking if that's something that you really want to commit to. Now, obviously, everything's not perfect. You're going to have those rough times. You're going to have those situations where you're not understanding the things that they're going through. That's where communication comes into line. So you have to communicate with your partner. You cannot just go ahead and assume things all the time and just jump on that. Communicate with your partner and understand what's going on with them, so you can understand how you can better this relationship, or how they can better this relationship. Because without the communication, you're losing everything. It's just like trust. If you don't have any trust, I'm telling you right now, it's not going to work out. It's really not going to work out. I don't care if you get married and you all don't have trust. Even if the marriage lasts forever, that wasn't a successful relationship if you had no trust in it, because you're going every day stressing yourself out about the person that you're with. You can't trust them. That's not the way to go about things. So make sure that when you're at that relationship level, that you're doing all the things in your power to make things successful. And those are the dating levels, you know. So right now, I mean, again, this is the quarantine time. So people are building relationships. People are dating. People are just talking. People are just speaking to some people, because some people are still afraid to leave the house. And that's understandable. You know, you just don't know what's going on with this virus. So I can understand why somebody wouldn't want to go ahead and do that. But at this level, you definitely want to go ahead and really take the time to understand your own wants and desires too, because you don't want to just jump in something because it seems right at the time. It seems like it's comfortable. It seems like it's something that will be intriguing, but then later down the line, when everything opens back up and then everybody's out and about, you're like, oh wow, I made a mistake and we shouldn't be in this relationship. So, hey, I'm not a marriage expert either. So, you know, I'm just giving you my details and my, you know, experience in it, and what I've seen on the outside looking in as well. But I'm not jumping in a relationship that I don't want to be in. So I would suggest the same for anyone else, because you don't want to take away the most valuable thing from you, which is your time. You could spend that time finding yourself, finding someone else. So just don't waste your time. This has been episode 7 of Wings and Wine. My name is Derek Tibbs. You can find me on all social media sites at City Needs Me. Again, the wings today were from Shenanigans, which is in the North Hills area. And the wine was Trapiche. It is a dry red wine. I will leave the details of both Shenanigans as well as Trapiche in the summary section of the episode. And continue to watch Wings and Wine. The next Wings and Wine episode, it will feature the Vegas portion of the episode. So you're going to see my friends. Don't judge us. We're all sophisticated. We all have really good jobs or businesses, own our own companies, stuff like that. There are certain things that we do that we're just hanging out and having fun. So I'll see you on the next episode of Wings and Wine. My name is Derek Tibbs. Thank you. Good night.